TikTok is a social media platform where you can dance, lip sync, share comedy bits, share memes. What was that you were telling me? You can react. What were you saying? It was
Yeah. Post your reaction videos to other videos. Very participative.
reaction videos. That's what it is. You can tell I'm the 59-year-old user, Mike O'Connor. And that's why we surround people like me with experts like Adam Perrick, who's been with New Voodoo as a preferred partner for the better part of a decade. He taught me everything I need to know about programmatic media buying. In fact, Professor Perrick actually taught a course at the University of Wisconsin on digital media buying. And now you kind of do your own thing here. And we're very happy to have the relationship that we've had with you over the years. So Adam, you're here because I need to learn more about TikTok. And because there's no question it's an explosive medium. And there's a lot I think that folks get a little scared of. We're going to share some research today. And you're here to share some best practices. So let's start with why TikTok? What's the big deal?
Yeah, what we're seeing is TikTok is the most downloaded app of the last 2 years. We're talking 672 million downloads at the last check, and with 100 million of those being US-based users.
Yeah, New Voodoo likes to trust but verify, and we do our own research. And we can certainly tell you that based on our Q1 study of 5,300 plus respondents, 14 to 54 nationwide, with a good chunk of sample in Generation Z. Of course, we're looking at 14 to 26-year-olds. We can't interview under 14 because of COPA laws, because these are online interviews, but sample balanced up to age 55. We don't go any higher than that because our media clients are mostly interested in the major advertising demos like 25, 54 and 18 to 49. But Adam, I think you probably agree with me, not a whole lot of action if we were to include boomers here on TikTok. It's purely a Gen Z thing.
Yep. Yeah, that's what we're seeing from our campaign data as well.
Yep. And you're running tens of thousands of dollars of money through your digital ad platform these days, right?
Yeah, we're buying directly from TikTok because it's a walled garden, and they do provide those age and gender metrics. So we're seeing exactly what you're seeing as well.
I'm curious if you ever get any issues with how like when you will put up a bunch of sites that we blacklist so that our clients' advertising doesn't appear. Do you ever get any pushback about some of the reputational issues that TikTok has with advertisers? Do you find that you're able to talk them through that? And what I mean by reputational issues,
yeah,
I'm thinking specifically about some of those stunts that kids do, like the challenges, right? There's the Tide Pod challenge, and there's another one that's sending kids to the emergency room. It's not no joke. Benadryl challenge. Yeah, that's right. Some tragic losses. And also there's some controversy around the idea that state governments and the federal government are banning TikTok outright, or even considering it a Chinese spying app, I guess, for lack of a better word. It basically aggregates data on every American that uses it and gives it right to the PRC over in China. So do you deal with any backlash like that?
To be honest, our advertisers are coming to us. This is an explosive enough platform with enough daily consumption that's where the eyeballs are. And while there are concerns and some valid concerns, people need to get their messages in front of their target audience.
Pretty sticky too. According to our research now, 51% of Gen Z is using this platform at least every day of the week. That's half that are now daily users. And this is a pretty sticky platform too. I think you were telling me, what's the total time on site?
Yeah, we're seeing the average US user at 80 minutes per day of TikTok usage.
Yeah, and I can confirm that in our study, when we look at chronic daily use or compulsive daily use, this is where we're asking about 4 times a day or more different user sessions. 1/3 of Gen Z are using this platform 4 times a day or more now. And that really blows everybody else out of the water, including its near peer competitors, Instagram and Snapchat. So this is becoming a huge engine. And it's not just about engagement, right? It's action.
Yeah, we're seeing people, thanks to the in TikTok browsing We're seeing shopping activity, research activity, and definitely sharing activity as well.
So one of the reasons I brought you here today is there's a bunch of advertisers that I know I've talked to here in the last couple of months that think they want to put their foot in, but shouldn't they just buy Facebook instead? I think they're a little scared because they don't quite understand the platform and need a little bit of education about some best advertising practices. And considering you the kind of money you've been running through the platform, I thought you'd be a good person to give us a quick little clinic.
Yeah, absolutely. Much like all your other digital media platforms, TikTok has its conversion pixels and tracking. So number one, make sure those are in order. There's nothing special about getting those set up. And actually, it's actually one of the deepest sets of user interaction tracking that you can get. Beyond that, you got to start with native vertical video first, right? Get that filmed vertically, get it filmed in high definition. And then beyond that, get to the point. You can swipe up really, really easily, once you get through parts of the ads. So you want to get your most attractive calls to action and unique selling points out first, and then keep this thing around 20 to 30 seconds. And then lastly, make sure that people can read what you're saying, either through text overlays or closed captions.
You mentioned something about first-party data. I think what you were talking about is browser retargeting, basically mobile apps and browsers that it can track where you've been, and then TikTok, if it goes to your website, for example, and you've tagged it with a piece of code, right? It can serve ads to those people who have engaged with your brand in the past, right? Without necessarily having a pre-existing relationship off TikTok.
Yeah, you can set up your audiences, and you can also ingest first-party data like email lists and whatnot.
And that's huge for our radio clients that have big first station databases. Some of the targeting on TikTok isn't yet great. It's not down to the zip code level in a lot of places. It's a little inconsistent. Bigger markets, I think you can get a little bit more granular, but it's not consistent everywhere. But it will allow you to upload first-party data of any type, and an email address is best. Isn't that right?
Yeah, because generally people have their signups associated with email addresses, so they can do the matching there.
And then the other big thing is that this can't be a big car dealer yelling at you type ad, right? It has to be much more authentic, the creative.
Right. Play to emotions and feelings, make it something that you'd want to watch because the content that people are consuming is engaging, natural, and largely user generated. So you want to kind of follow the approach that the creators are using.
And when you say clear call to action, does TikTok have a laundry list of different call to action buttons, or is that just your suggestion that the advertiser get really to the point about what's in it for you and where or when to get it?
Yeah, you can the TikTok Creative Studio. You can make your call to action look pretty much however you want, and then you can do your linking, to your landing page right on the ad.
Got it. And then finally, I was curious about this and the fact sheet that you shared with me before we went live this afternoon. You mentioned best times to post. So would this be your recommendation in terms of day parting, or is this more of a kind of a guide map for best times to put organic postings up that will be seen the most by the people you're connected with?
Yeah, you always want to start with your data first. So, things like to mirror your analytics, user behaviors, I'd always say start there. But from the research that we've seen in terms of most TikTok usership and engagement, it's the times that you've listed. And, as you know, we feel like day parting is very important in any sort of media buying, and look at your hourly reporting and make your decisions from there.
I'd imagine that TikTok prime time is going to be 3 to midnight. That's just my guess.
Yeah, the afternoons are people are very engaged. And, a lot like your other kind of mobile platforms, people are using that platform while they're watching other media and doing other
Right.
things.
That's a big deal. Well, Adam, you are always available to our clients for any kind of strategy session. And listen, sometimes you may be on the fence about whether or not to allocate dollars to TikTok. And Adam, you're really good about getting onto calls and kind of holding our prospective advertisers' hands before we take their money.
Yeah, absolutely. Always happy to talk about it. I love media buying, so let's chat.
And you can reach Adam and me, Mike O'Connor, at tellmemore@newvoodoo.com. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, Adam.
New Voodoo builds digital products and conducts research and marketing campaigns for clients.
It's easy to get in touch. Drop us a line at tellmemore@newvoodoo.com.